I go into the clinics that they offer, and I start their class off with goal setting and having a vision.
Cool.
Empowering. Yeah. Are we going to get started?
Why don't we wait like 30 seconds more and see if anyone else hops on? Oh, Krista is the one. No? Hi, Krista, I see you.
Trying to call me. Let me see if it's somebody trying to get on.
Ashley said she's trying to get her little one to bed. Samantha's celebrating her son because she got to spend another day with him. Aww.
I should do an area view of my office. Can somebody come help me clean it and organize it?
Only if you come help me clean out my basement.
Okay, we can we'll trade.
Ashley's celebrating that she got her third start swell. Woohoo!
Wow, congratulations, Ashley.
Yay, yay. Andrea and Carrie, what are you guys celebrating? And then that'll give us enough time to start after that. Carrie, why don't you go first? We'll end with Andrea, and then she can start. How's that sound?
Well, today, I'm just loving home office leads because, random orders popping up, and, you're on your 31 app is always something fun to celebrate, right, ladies?
Yeah, that's the best. I love the pink box that pops up on my phone. I got a request for more information just a couple minutes ago. I'm hoping it turns into an order before I call her back. Or a recruit. You never know. That would be cool.
Right. Yeah, yesterday I had a nice conversation with a potential new team member, too. So I'm loving the home office leads.
Yay. I am celebrating that the trees are starting to bud and it's starting to be beautiful outside. And even though it's chilly up here in upstate New York, it's still starting to be really, really beautiful. And I started going for walks around the lake. And honestly, that doesn't sound like it relates to my business, but it actually is really helpful to get outside and to do something for yourself and reflect and clear your mind. So that's what I'm celebrating. Andrea, and then we can get started.
Oh my gosh, I'm celebrating my faith and how grounded I am. Like everybody in life has a story, but I realize that through life's journeys and the relationships that I've met and the people that I put myself around and what my thought process and what everything I do, I never realized how confident and strong and grounded I am in order for me to give back to help others, because it's not about me at all anymore. It's about just who I can meet, how I can help that person, and what I can do to listen, and how calm I am. I used to be I still am a hyper person, but I'm more calmer. And my mother even noticed it today. She's like, wow. I says, I don't know, Mom, it's me. It's different. And it's kind of very fulfilling. I'm celebrating that. I don't know. All right. We ready?
Yep, I think so.
Okay. Hi, ladies. It's me, Andrea Arsenault, and I am so happy to talk tonight about goal setting and the tools that you need to cast a vision on how to achieve goals. This is so right up my alley, because I was telling the girls earlier that I teach once a month on goal setting to women that are in transition in their life when they need to kind of have a vision on where they're going. And I kind of set the tone of how they can make this happen. So as you know me, when I speak from my heart, and I am going to stay direct, but I'm sometimes I have my thought process wants to share so much with all of you, and I have so much to offer and share. So I promise you that I will keep right on target. Okay. So today we, Rachel and Carrie and I were talking about different things in our business and how goals are related and incorporate this into so many different levels and ways. And I want to start out with a little, quote that I just read. Well, it says, a goal without a plan is just a wish. So we're just thinking of it. We have these things, but we don't actually have it written down. And you need to have something written down, because when you do, if you have it in front of you, it becomes reality. It becomes real. And so with things that are going on in our business, such as conference, we go after ribbons. In case some of you are new, it depends on like how much money you sell, or if you recruited anybody. And those are kind of goals that we achieve throughout the year, and we always try to want more. A goal sometimes in our business is that incentive trip to Disney. That's a goal. We want to achieve it. Okay, great. But we have to have a plan. Another goal, say, would be in our business. When we coach our hostess, well, we tell her, yeah, we have to have a $1,200 party. Well, how are we going to get there? That's your goal. But again, you have to have a plan. So again, it can be related into so many different avenues. I'm going to kind of set my tone and my example, and I think this would help you, is, I don't know if you can see this, but this is my flower power. This is my goal, okay? Can you guys see it okay? I made this a few years ago, and in the center was to become a senior director by the end of July. Now, you notice I had a time frame on it, okay? And what I needed. Okay, great. Well, how am I going to get to this goal? I have to have a vision. I have to have a plan. And again, a goal is just a wish until you write it down. But through this, I need to have balance in all I do. I need to take care of me, stay healthy and happy. Like Rachel said, it's important to have all those fundamentals around that, because when you take care of yourself, then you can give back more. If you're just kind of just in a drive, well, and you're not taking care of yourself, how are you going to be able to produce? So, for an example, if I wanted to achieve this goal, I would need to stay on track, be organized, have consistency in what I do, and be positive. Communication with my girls through Facebook, newsletters, weekly email, text messages, phone, email, conference calls, and webinars. So this is just, again, everybody has a different goal, but a different vision. But then the in line would be an executive director, senior executive director, national executive director in my stems. And then these little petals are things that I would like to see happen, okay? So again, pay monthly bills, pay down truck, get ready for my daughter for college, put in a driveway. Like, these are things. And you know that I was able to go back and cross them out, everything that I achieved. So now you need new goals, because your goals are always changing. And again, I always start this in the beginning of the year, because I like to reflect on, did I achieve that goal? Was my goal met? And you always want to make it higher. Things come up in your life, and yes, we have obstacles, we have ups and downs, but we need to persevere. We need to have that drive of what's going to push us to that next level. Again, I think I love this. Through this process too, we need to make sure that we are celebrating each achievement that we do, because when we reflect on this is awesome that we did it, but how proud you should be that you achieved that goal. Do something for yourself, which if it's something little or something big, but in order for you to have a good goal setting method, you have to have SMART goals, okay? I don't know if you know what SMART goals are, but they're specific. You can't, again, just have all these different things. You have to have a specific goal on what you need to do to conquer it. You need to have it measurable. Good job. I love it. Yes. Again, measurable. Okay, you have to, kind of like think, okay, what am I going to do? Is it, for an example, let's say losing weight. You kind of have to, I'm like, I want to be what I was in high school. I don't know. I would love that, but is it real? Is it realistic? That becomes now the next one, attainable. What you're doing is it attainable? Can you achieve it? Can you attain it? And then the next one would be relevant. and then time bound. Again, setting that time bound. But having smart, specific goal setting is huge. And for me, I don't know, like, let's say, for example, the ribbons. And I think, again, we talked about this earlier today. At the end of the fiscal year for 31 goes from June 1st to May 31st. And they give you ribbons at conference, again, for newer girls. Well, what I did was in June, I sat down and I wrote down different goals that I would like to achieve. And I hung them up right in my office, right next to me. So I look at them every day. And it kind of gives me something to work towards. Otherwise, what am I going to work towards? Well, if you notice, when I first went to conference, I started out with this. I sat in the audience and I had 3 little things. Massachusetts, Dream Rewards, and first conference. I was so proud of this. But I seen these girls with these long lanyards with all these ribbons, and I'm like, oh my gosh, if they can do it, I can do it. Whatever you put your mind to, you can achieve. You just have to have focus, and you have to say, okay, is this what I want? Again, we all can help each other. We can walk each other to the water, but we can't make you drink it. That's up to you. You are in control of your business. So the next year I went and I got a little higher. Now I became a director. Again, they had Dream Rewards, top and consistent sales, $1,000 bonus earner, and I had sold $50,000 in product that year. Now, I want you to know I worked full time, and I have 3 kids, and I was active in everything, and I volunteered for everything. I wasn't full time doing this. And now, if you see this consistent, that again, that's meaning you're working your business on all levels: booking, selling, and recruiting. It's not just in one category. And when you have a consistent business, that means you have a successful business because you are balanced. You're right on. Alrighty. So the next year I went, and I still was a director the following year. Again, top and consistent sales. That year I sold $80,000. $1,000 bonus earner. I earned gold national conference bucks. I think there was only like not too many people had earned it that year. I earned the Dominican Republic trip, believe and achieve, consistency. So out of them all, that consistency ribbon is huge to me, because that means I can, again, I can do different things. Like I can kind of maintain them all. Again, the next year I went, I became a senior director. And again, I was a facilitator. That means that I spoke and I taught 3 classes of girls in each class, and a lot of girls, I don't know. And I had 12 peakers. If you don't know what a peaker is, for the new girls that are on here, that means you personally enroll somebody and they qualify, meaning they do $1,000. I didn't really have a lot of support, ladies. I pretty much did this myself. I educated myself on TOT. I would listen to other directors. I would follow them. I wasn't very active. I don't even think in Facebook. But I paid attention, and I watched what people were doing, and I was listening. I was kind of on the sideline, just taking it all in. I was like, the support I had was very minimal. I went after it. If I didn't know something, I asked questions. I really had a deep why. Okay, I want you to know that. My why was huge. And for girls that don't know my story, my husband had got laid off from his job, and we were in a very kind of low place. We had just built our house. We have 3 children. I was on unemployment. We were on Mass Health. We were on food stamps. We were going to our local food pantry. And I was really sad the way society was judging me. And I didn't know where I was going in my journey of life. I prayed about it. I bought this $99 kit because I thought it was a good deal, not knowing that God had an unbelievable plan for me, that I was able to share my journey with so many people. And that's why I always say never judge. Everybody is going through something, and life goes on, and it goes ups and downs, but we have to persevere. We have to push through. And I don't want to go back to that. 31 has given me this opportunity to make something of myself and to give back to help others, because everybody has a story. And that's going to be our theme this year at conference, is everybody has something. Everybody has a why. And there's a reason why we're all here. We're all doing this together. Alrighty, see how I went off track? Then the following year, I was, again, executive director, 9 Picas, Punta Cana. Again, consistency. My sales went down, but it's okay because I grew in other areas. I started growing. I became an executive director. I earned leadership council. Again, that's really a top performer in the company. And then this past year, again, leadership council, Picas, top promotion bonus earners, promotion earners, consistent sales. Everybody has a different ribbon. That's up to you. That's totally your preference. But it's simple. This business is about recruiting, booking, and selling. And it's what sometimes we make of it. We can overdo it, but we need to know that if you believe in this company, you have to ask everybody. You have to step out of your comfort zone, and you have to go after your goals. Again, I want you to know that we can give you all these tools, but I would love to see you at this next time we meet and talk. Make your own goals. Make your own flower power. Do whatever you got to do. When my son was growing up in high school, he wanted to become a plumber, and he's like, Mom, I don't know if I want to make a flower. I go, that's okay, Dominic. You don't got to make a flower. I said, let's make a spider going into the web, because he kind of like bugs. And so anyway, I made a web, and I made a spider. I'm like, okay, if you want to become a plumber, how is this spider going to get into the middle of the web? And so I used a kind of a metaphor. I said, well, you have to work for a plumber. You have to go to night school. You have to, all these things. Well, here he is. He'll be 22 years old, and he'll be a master plumber next year. And he had a plan. He did everything that we set forth. And again, it was a visual to him because he struggled in high school, but he could see it. He could picture it. And that's another thing too, is you need to picture things. You know how in our boxes, when the 31 shipment comes in, there's like an article of a girl and it shares her story. You know how that is? You get those in your boxes? Well, you know what I did one time? I put my picture on that lady's face. And I hung it up in my office. And now it was a visual, because I'm like, I want to be that lady that gets all the when you get your 31 order in. I forget what it's called, and she has an article about herself. So anyway, it's kind of like if you were losing weight and you take this nice cute bathing suit and you put your face on it. I used to do that in Weight Watchers, and again, it was a visual, but it was like it makes sense. Again, this was my flower power for this year. But this one was really cool because not only did I incorporate my goals, I incorporated all my husband's, my son, my daughter, and my other daughter. We sat down as a family and we did this together. And again, I had my goal and I had my vision, my plan. And then I also had the next in line with what I want to see accomplish. I have it right here. I see it all the time. Another one, I have them all over the place. Financial freedom. I mean, these are little things that 31 gives us. All right, how are we going to do it? If I can make this happen, I want family time, new camper, college. I have another daughter that's ready to go to college in a few years. So again, everybody has different goals and everybody has ways to achieve them. This Disney incentive trip, oh my gosh, recruit like a couple girls a month and get them qualified. And just think of that big picture of you on a cruise ship or you with your family and say, I made this happen. I did this. I'm able to take my family here. How exciting is that? That's such a gift. Again, what am I say? What am I going? I'm off track a little bit. The large utility totes this month. Set a goal with yourself. How many can you sell this month? I want to sell so many large utility totes. Again, by having 31, they give us print offs. They're all in our different Facebook pages of like, you can color them in. You can make them fancy. It's a visual. Hang it up. Go after it. You have to set that pace for yourself. What else? A few years ago, I made this one. I don't know if you can see it, but here was my why and my goals, where I wanted to go and what I wanted to do. And again, following the career path. This is mine. Everybody's is different, but you need to have a plan. Our minds wander, but by staying on track and seeing that that result is going to make you persevere and make you go all the way. I love talking about this because 31 gave me these tools. I wish every high school kid could understand it, because sometimes in life we don't know what we want to do. We wander, but if we can stay on track and we can see the end results, it's so rewarding in the end. And that's the big thing that I found as being a 31 consultant. I found the virtuous woman in me through 31. They gave me these tools, and now I'm able to go out in the world and share my life experiences and share my story and share my journey with 31 to others, because I never know who I'm going to meet and the life that I can change through helping somebody else. So, questions, answers. Rachel, Carrie, do you want to feed up on anything I shared and talked about? I can't believe it's already 8:54. Like, where did that time go? I just talked like without taking a deep breath.
Yeah, that was all in one breath, wasn't it, Andrea?
It was.
First of all, thank you so much for sharing your why and where you came from in your journey, because I think it's so important that that everyone sees how real you are. And you did go from the mass health and whatnot, the public health system, to where you are now. And you're an executive director and you've achieved so much. And not only that, not only have you achieved so much, but you have changed the lives of the women that you have touched. And if you hadn't decided that you were good enough, like those other women with those long, beautiful ribbons, then you would never have done that. And going to conference, that was a big aha for you, it sounds like.
Conference, ladies, I'm telling you, you need to go. You need to, whatever you can do, because that's going to change your whole perspective and your whole business. We're not going there to like, oh, you got to book and you got to sell and you got to recruit. You're going there for self-development, and you're going there to find the person in you and be around with your 31 sisters. When you're in this bubble, you have like thousands and thousands of friends that want to help you, and everybody again is in their own journey, and the energy, the love, the help, the knowledge, it's so impacting that it's going to change who you are as a person, and you're going to come back like, okay, I'm ready for this. And I'm telling you, it's so much worth it. And do whatever you can do. If you got to drive there, if you got to, I have like 6 girls in my room. I'm like, whatever. We'll be sleeping all over the floor. I don't know. We'll be sleeping in a chair. Hey, if we can get everybody there, we'll make it work. And again, just we'll have to eat ramen noodles all week or something. I don't know. Go there though. Make it happen.
So something really cool about you talking about goals right now is because this is the very last month of our fiscal year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Give me a show of hands if you guys realized that. Yeah, half of you? Half? So that's fair. I mean, not even all of us maybe even know what a fiscal year is. I was talking about fiscal years to some other direct sellers that I network with, and they were like, huh? I'm like, yeah, you might want to ask your upline about that. So this is the last month of our fiscal year. So 31 doesn't run on a calendar year, January to December. They run on a fiscal year, which is just a different year that they base their numbers on. And ours ends on the last day of May, and another one begins on the first day of June. So the ribbons that Andrea was talking about are based on the fiscal year. So this is a really cool time to end strong, and you never know what you can accomplish and have on your ribbons for conference, and then to begin on a very clean slate in just a few weeks. So by booking now and selling now and growing your team now, you're starting really, really strong on June 1st. And finding your why, discovering your why if you're not sure exactly what that is yet, or rediscovering it, because Andrea, your why changed probably 3 or 4 times, it looks like.
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
Right?
because when I went to Texas, this was like my first time, like my first year. These were just things that I mean, look, this is my brain. This is what I think about all these different things. This is just like, it's like a vision board, but it's also to me a goal board, because it's things that I want to see happen and conquer. And then I just kept getting more and more and more. Another thing too is I actually, right here in front of me are my SMART goals. And like, I think Samantha showed hers, and up here it says a SMART goal. Again, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. Benefits of achieving this goal. And then it says the action steps that you need, the obstacles that you face, the solutions that you might, what you're going to do, and how I'm going to celebrate it. Again, you want to celebrate all your achievements. We are virtuous women. We do so much. We don't give ourselves the recognition that we should. We are really hard on ourselves as women. And we need to sit back and really think about what we're grateful for and what we're thankful for. Because I'm telling you, that list is going to outweigh the list of everything else. So really maybe take that exercise moment. And it's all about self-help. All my books I read, it's self-development. And when you just put other people first, and when you just be nice and be kind, show compassion, you are going to grow so much as a person. That's what it's all about, ladies.
Does anyone have a specific goal that they're working towards that they want to share? You can either unmute yourself, because we only have a few on here, or just type in the chat box.
While you're typing and unmuting yourselves, like, I just want to stress to everyone too, it is so important to write the goals down. If you don't have them written down, it really does make a big difference. And the other thing that I think we get hung up on is we can look at all the ribbons and we can make all these goals, but even if you miss a goal or two, like Rachel has set goals and not made all of her goals. Carrie Shoemaker has set goals and not made all of them. Andrea, the same thing. But the journey to get to the goal too, there's so much power in that. Even if I miss a goal, like the things that I accomplished within that help me learn when I set my next set of goals. So as part of the celebrating, yes, celebrate every goal that you reach, but also celebrate the steps that you accomplish while you're trying to reach that goal, because we learn so much in the process too. So don't get hung up if you miss, if you don't have all those ribbons that you shot for, but you will learn things along the way that'll help you get them the next time.
It's so true. You can't be hard on yourself. You just have to persevere to the next one. And it's like life, we sometimes we get stronger when we go through that obstacle, and we just learn from it. I wanted this and that, but I didn't get it. Okay, well, what did I learn from it? And how am I gonna come out of it? Again, we're all here to support. It's life. But when we have an accountability person, or if we have friends, or and just share, be open and honest, because you never know what that person is thinking or what that person is going through. You said something today, Carrie, that I really liked. It said, it's good to work a goal, but we can't lose sight of the big picture, right? And to me, I thought that was really powerful right there.
Yeah, we can focus in on one specific goal, but if we're forgetting that, if our goal is to have $1,000 party, but we're forgetting to really build those relationships at the party, or if we're forgetting, just everything else that's going on around us, if you're so centered in on sales, you miss out on the booking opportunities, you miss out on the sponsoring opportunities. So it's good to have the goals in each level, but to help you, again, not lose focus on the whole big picture. Like, this is not just a sell kind of business. This is not just a book. It's really about building the relationships for, long-term growth in your business, but also not just your business, but all those women that you're impacting along the way.
Exactly. And you know what else is good that these, like 31 gives us, is these K groups. Those are good because they have half K, 1K, 2K, 4K. So depending on your level of what you want out of 31, you can achieve those. And they're attainable. And they're rewarding too because you get prizes at the end. You get that sisterhood in the group, but you also get, product when they launch new catalogs. So that's something really good to go after. Thank you for praying for all of us. It's true. I pray for everybody that I meet. I'm like a prayer worshiper. I flew in the other day and I was in the back of the plane praying for everybody on the plane. Everybody's got in my head. And I go in and I sit down next to this gentleman and he's sitting next to me and we're talking and I go, so what do you do? And he goes, I'm a pastor. And I go, I'm like, no way. I'm like, I just prayed for everybody in the plane. He goes, what? Like, he looked at me like I was crazy. I'm like, yeah, well, that's what you do. We that's what I do. And he goes, wow. He goes, that's pretty amazing. It was kind of cool though. He was a pastor.
He was like, dang, you beat me to it.
Yeah. I'm like,
Awesome. Does anybody have any questions for us tonight or Andrea as we wrap up?
There's some awesome shout outs in the chat box. Everybody take a second and go ahead and look through those and congratulate these ladies because there is some cool stuff going on. We have a couple people that might DIQ this month. One has a goal of 4K. So much awesome.
Holy jumping, I guess so, huh?
Yeah, some awesome stuff. Laura wants to help 3 ladies qualify and reach 1,000 by the 19th for Start Swell. That's awesome. And get 2 more ladies. Yeah, you guys are doing great. Any last tips about helping Pikas qualify, Joy asks. That's a great question. Is there anyone else that would like to address that too? Show of hands. Really, yes.
I think it's all on our minds, right? I mean, we want to help these ladies. We're working towards this incentive. We want them to be successful too. And it always seems to come back to her why and the communication and really helping her get the parties on her calendar, whether they're Facebook, whether they're home parties, whether it's you going and helping her if you can, or even if you're helping her with a Facebook party, whatever you can do to kind of help her tap into why she joined. And I mean, we're in June. This is an awesome special, ladies. We've got this insert, the large utility tote, that bundle that you can get as the hostess. I mean, boom, how many gifts can you knock out right there? So I think it's really just about her being brave enough to ask and you helping her with the words.
Yeah.
And just a reminder too, for qualified in Pikas, that means their first $1,000 in sales ever. Not just this month or anything. So from the moment that they enroll until today, that's their first 1,000. That means they're qualified and they're personally enrolled if you enrolled them, and they're qualified now because they have their 1,000, and they're active, which means they submitted 200 in sales a rolling 3-month period. And that's a whole big mouthful. So if you have questions on that, don't be afraid to ask the person that enrolled you, because that is an intimidating title until you're used to it, Pika, or qualified. Right, Carrie and Andrea?
Yeah, it is. And Samantha asked about qualification. It's really easy to look that up, too, in your back office. You can reach out to one of us, too, to kind of look that up for you to see what your stats are. But it's I mean, it's a really simple little report to run to see if you're qualified, and to check on your girls too, to see where they're at collectively. Like, they could be a hobbyist consultant putting in orders every so often. Like, and there's a little report you can run to check that pretty easily.
Yeah, I can check that for you.
And Joy, also another thing to add to that is, if you didn't listen to Renee Pugh's 31-minute call last night, it was all about getting your new consultants qualified, helping them with a Facebook launch. You did? No? Oh my gosh, you're going to be mind blown. It's a great one. I hope that they post that one immediately. Sometimes they take up to a week to post that, but that is a phenomenal 31-minute call. Did anyone listen to that last night? Janelle
And
did?
sometimes it helps if you search their name. Like, I didn't think the one I did was up right away, because I went and looked and it wasn't there, but I guess someone had searched my name and sent me the link. So sometimes if you know the name, I don't know what the deal is with that, Rachel. Like, it came up a little bit
under categories now instead of dates, because there's so many of them now that they've built up again, the videos.
Right.
So you have to search under categories. So that one would probably be under sponsoring for last night.
And I mean, there's so much on TOT. We don't need to go out and reinvent the wheel. Everything is in our search bar right on there. And those recorded calls, this is where our business is, being that our core values is flexible, because we can listen to those while we're driving. We can listen to that while, our kids are taking a nap. I mean, we don't have to be there every Monday night. So it's there. We just have to go after it. Is there an echo?
Try it again.
Hi.
There. I just muted everyone again.
I want you to know that when I was sharing my story 7 years ago when I signed up, ladies, I had no intentions I've never sold anything in my life. I sold Girl Scout cookies for my kids because I was the Girl Scout leader. And 6 years ago, I spoke in front of 14,000 consultants. And this was me on stage. And I never in my life thought that I could do something like this. But I didn't do it for me. I did it for you guys and for this whole audience. Because God has given me all these gifts. And now I get to present it in a different way. And this, to me, was the highlight that I can't even imagine. I don't think anybody could ever take that away from me. And I did it because 31 gave me these tools. I paid attention. I watched. I listened. I read. And I trusted in God, and I'm not afraid to share that. I trusted in Him. He's in control, and you just have to believe in that, and you have to have the faith. Mm-hmm. Again, we are all different religion. We can be any walk's religion, but you have to have it. Mm-hmm. Thank you for letting me share tonight. And I want you, another thing too is, everybody has a mentor. Always expand out of your box, because it's so good to listen to Rachel, so good to listen to Samantha, so good to listen to Carrie, because everybody brings something to the table. If we just stick with one person, we're not going to grow. And we need to think about the 5 people that we are putting ourselves around, okay? Because that energy is going to come through you. And sometimes we might not get that positive energy that we're looking for. Well, we need to make sure that we're listening to something motivational. We're reading good positive quotes. Whatever you put into your brain it's going to matter.
Yeah. There's not even anything for me to say to follow up with that, Andrea.
I see somebody out here, and I really need to reach out to them. Samantha, we are all here for you, okay? We are 31 sisters. Everybody has a journey, but you need to share. You need to let it out, because we can help you in different ways. If you want to personally reach out to one of us, if you want to just share, but we want you to know that whatever you're going through, you're in my prayers. God, just watch over Samantha. We pray for her and her struggles and her battles, and we just want to you to just bless her and wrap your arms around her and just help her. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I see you and my heart is heavy right now. And I just want you to know that we're all here and we love you. Okay? Peace. Love you, girl. Is there
I'll be all right. It's hormonal.
Okay.
Hormonal and just everything's hitting me at once today, and I've been like this all morning and all day. Sucks.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're all going to be praying for you, okay?
Thank you.
We've all been there. You're not alone.
I know.
We've all had those days, so we'll definitely be praying, and you got this.
Mm-hmm. And that's why we have these groups, because everybody is going through something in their journey of life, and we all have to help. We all have to be there for one another.
And thank you for leading us tonight, Andrea.
Oh, thank you so much. I really enjoyed pouring my heart into you ladies, and I just, again, it's all about giving back and helping others, and hoping that whatever little bit we can give and you can take, then we know we've done our job. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, it's 9:13. I don't want to, I respect everybody's time. I know we totally went over, but it's okay.
Does anyone have anything that they'd like to add or share, or any questions before we end? No. Amy's telling her she's taking her son. I can't tell under your cute little hat, buddy. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Andrea, you are phenomenal. I think that you touched all of our hearts tonight, and we all had to hold back the tears a little bit tonight, even from the very beginning. So thank you for being your true you and sharing with us, and we were all meant to hear you tonight. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you guys. Love you. Love you. Rock it out. Bye.
Good night, ladies.
Good night.